I needed to come in to do my video because that is my promise to myself. My promise to myself is to create a video every single day until I'm monetized. And then I'm going to have a big celebration. So if you haven't subscribed or liked, go ahead and subscribe to Life to Your Crown Era, where we utilize our intuition to have the best life ever. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Coach Hunt, Angelina for the friends, for the people who know me in the back of the room. All right, you guys. So this is going to be a quickie, so to speak. And I just wanted to say, as I was thinking, we're about to be at that halfway mark of the year, 6 months. In less than 2 weeks, it will be June 1st. And I've been thinking about my discovery letter as well as what goals have I been creating for the next 6 months, as well as what goals have I accomplished, what dreams have I accomplished, what experiences have I jumped into, and am I satisfied with the first half of this year for my life? Am I satisfied? And I will always be honest with myself, at least in my opinion, I'm being honest. So, but the truth is, I am not satisfied about my first 6 months of 2026 in many areas. And I guess I could say it's, of course, it's nobody's fault. Um, but the satisfaction level, I have not yet like solidified like what is creating satisfaction in my life. Am I still just doing a lot? Or am I taking accountability about my desires and my pleasures and the things that I want to do? So, at the end of last year, I think it was the end of last year or somewhere around the end of last year to the beginning of the year, I'm supposed to be writing 1,000 desires. My mentor had said that in a class, 1,000 desires. I think she said something to the effect, if you don't have at least 1,000 desires, you're not dreaming. And so I started to write them down, and I think I'm only at 100 and something. And it's been 6 months. It's been 6 months of me trying to figure out, not figure out, it's 6 months me believing that I have enough desires to sustain me to keep moving. And I'm only at 100 and something. I still have 800 and some odd uh, desires to write down within the next 6 months. And I thought I was going to have 1,000 desires done within, the first 90 days. But yet my desires are not have not been on the forefront of my mind. And I'm thinking about, why is that? Why is my desires and the accomplishments that I want to achieve not at the forefront of my desires? Because if I was coaching myself, I would definitely be asking my clients this. And what has been my priority? And why has that been my priority? Thank you. Yes, I can do it. I can write 1,000 desires. I want to challenge you guys to write at least 100 desires. But if you want to be like me and try to get in 1,000 desires, you can really see where your mindset is about deep pleasures within yourself. Because if your biggest desires is just not to have pain, say, I'm gonna win the lottery, that's a desire, which that's just a wish. Or I want to have a new car, that's a desire, but that's such a temporary desire. What are the desires that's really going to sustain you? Um, you want a healthy body, or you want to, I don't know, finish school or whatever that is. Those are just one desires. And to have 1,000, I'm telling you, I thought I was going to have 1,000. I'm only at 100 and something. And it's really, hmm, not disappointing coming up at this 6 month mark, but I realize that I'm not going deep enough within my own soul, within my own self. in my own soul evolving life force, because it's got to, there's a whole world out there for me to achieve, you know. One of my biggest things I completed last year, and I was going to Australia because that was on my dream board for, I don't know, probably it was on my dream board in my mind for over a decade. And I finally had the opportunity to go. And I'm looking at my dream board now, and it's not really desires on there. It's funny, it is a cruise ship on there, or a boat, or a yacht, or something, and I'm going on a cruise in 2 weeks. So that is already manifested. But some of the other things, like my wardrobe, that hasn't necessarily manifested yet. I wanted to have a new look, a new kind of, what kind of look the look that I want is like a little sass. It's kind of like a little bit of Janet Jackson and a little bit of hmm, who else would it be? Because Janet wears a lot of pants. She wears a lot of pants, suits, and stuff. And I like the way Janet dresses. So it's a little bit of Janet, but not so glitzy. Because I'm not a glitzy girl. I don't care about rhinestones and glitter and all that stuff. Yes, it is okay. Hello, you guys. God bless. God bless. I so yeah, I was just talking about being that this is in the next 2 weeks, or less than 2 weeks, we're going to be in the at the 6 month mark, the 6 month mark of the year. And so where are you guys with your dreams, your goals, your desires? What is your dream board looking at like? Have you taken something off? Did you write your discovery letter? If you don't know what the discovery letter is, you can go ahead and look in the description for that. The discovery letter is a way for you to be able to hone into your own intuition about your past, your current version of yourself, and your future version of yourself. And I've done one for the last, I don't know, probably 7 years, but I've done versions of that throughout my lifetime. When I wrote the book around the pandemic time, it really took off, and a lot of people have given me a lot of feedback. Matter of fact, I had a feedback in April, with a gentleman who said he didn't say he underestimated himself, but he said he didn't dream big enough, or he didn't think big enough. And a lot of people who do it for the first time, they when they see what they wrote a year ago, they realize not just how far they've grown, but how small their mindset was. And so that's how I'm feeling now with these desires, having 1,000 desires, and I'm not even at 125. I think I'm like at 109. So I'm going to be meditating. I'm going to like open up my soul and really ask myself every single day, what do I desire? Because you can't repeat the desire. So the 1,000 desires, you can't repeat it, because that will be the point. Nobody wants the same desire, you know. Who wants to buy the same car year after year after year? Nobody. No. Who wants to jump out of the plane year after year after year? Nobody. You want different desires in different places. And so I'm going to dream bigger. I'm going to think bigger. I'm going to get these desires down. I promise you. I'm promising myself that I'm going to dive deep and get these desires. That's what I feel like I want to do before the next 6 months pass by and we're at 2027. And I think when I go to my cruise, that I'm going to be able to really just be, smell the ocean water and sit with myself and write and be and love myself even more and more and more. So, are you guys willing to write some desires? 100, 10, 20? I challenge you, 100. Write 100 desires and see where your mindset is. Is it all on material things? Is it on spiritual things? Is it on self development? And in what area? And yeah, that's it. That's all. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you always showing up. And I am going to get ready to go to bed. I had a donut. Now I want some water. I need to go eat some protein, but it's too late to eat, really. And so I'm going to go. I love you guys so much. It's Coach Hunt. I have your greatest interest at heart. If you need anything, just go in the description. Go ahead and like this live and leave me a comment afterwards. or a question, or if you need any clarity about those desires, let me know. All right. Peace. Bye.